Hello, hi there, buongiorno.
Wait, I actually hit the mic stand. Let's start over.
Who cares?
Well, I don't want to have a ding. That's the people's
Okay.
very first impressions of the podcast is a ding on the mic stand.
Hello, hi there, buongiorno.
Oh, hello. I'm Will Oper.
And I'm Anton, not to be confused with Betsy, but you can call me Wendell.
This is the very first podcast.
Very first, completely unscripted, off the wall.
Yes. It's called Real Talc. Pronounced Talc, spelled
Talc. Talc, not to be confused with Talk. Talc, real talc.
And we have a wonderful guest this afternoon. Greg Kuper is joining us in studio.
In studio, he's sitting right in front of us.
Hi.
1 yardstick away from my ankle.
It's a big yardstick.
Well, we won't get into the semantics, but anyway, Greg, why are you here?
Because you asked me to be.
Okay,
And I do things for my friends. I'm a good guy.
Well, friends, like cohorts.
Did not
anything.
know we were going to use the F word on this podcast.
Strictly platonic friendship.
Oh, man. I'm so
But
sorry.
you know what? Not to confuse anybody, just let the audience know on the airwaves how you know us. Just give us a brief history in PowerPoint form, bullet points.
But the bullet point society form. Okay.
Yeah. How do you know us? What's your connection to us? And what is the meaning of life?
Long time ago, I met Will Loper. I was doing a independent TV show called Strut, the show. And I needed some help, and I put an ad on
Craigslist.
It was Craigslist, yeah.
Grinder.
God,
It
I
was
forgot about that.
Men Looking for Men, and that's where I
Men
found
looking
it.
for men, and he answered it.
Amateurs.com.
I was looking for somebody to help me because I was helping this guy produce. He was,
Was it A&W?
no, it was Jermaine. You remember Jermaine, right?
Yeah, that was his name?
It's a solid name.
And
How did he find you? Or how did you find him?
it was, I answered an ad on
On
Craigslist.
Craigslist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, these things, you learn from your mistakes.
How does that go when you answer an ad? Was it awkward?
No, you just, it's, well, back then.
Did you guys meet in like an alley?
More or less, I actually went to his office. Some people are really good at selling themselves and making themselves look like this grandiose figure, and
Like
he
Gary
was
Coleman?
good at that. And he made it look like he was like the Star Searcher talent agency.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted me to help him do this reality show, which was following these strut girls around.
It wasn't supposed to be in the vein of, I can't recall any of the.
I wasn't part
reality
of
shows
this
back
timeline
then.
yet, so I have
You
no
well,
idea.
you were very shortly after.
Very shortly after.
Because what happened was I talked him into doing casting call.
Yeah,
what it ended
I
up
do
being.
remember we were about to make a really shitty film for some contest. That was probably going to blow up and make us really famous. But then he decided to go with your idea.
So, but what he basically just wanted was cameras to follow around these girls. And I
Yes.
thought you told me, he said, it's just going to be interesting. They'll do their laundry and it'll be interesting. And you're like,
Right.
that's not enough.
Yes, that was exactly right. He just wanted to follow around each of these 7 girls, and I didn't think it was very interesting to just. But maybe he
There
was
are
right.
people out there
I've
that would
seen-
watch that religiously.
I know. Now looking back on it, maybe he was right. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Because maybe just
never
following
know.
around these 7 party starters.
Hey, why don't we
was
do
enough.
that?
Yeah,
Just follow
Steven's idea.
No, we'll tweak
we'll
it.
see if it's-
Let's follow like elderly women around Madison, see what they do all day.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
David
Will
Avant-Garde.
Will answered my ad because I needed somebody to help me do editing, and that's how I met Will. And then I had already started doing independent films at that time with another guy here in Madison, and I had seen your guys' film at the 48-hour film festival. And
Which
I'm like,
one was that? Do you remember the title?
I just remember the melons being squeezed in the beginning.
Yeah.
Were they nice?
Oh no, I remember which one it was. It was Mrs. Zucchini gets thrown in a cage.
That was not us.
Mr.
was
Suki?
Mrs. Suki, yeah, gets thrown in a cage. So there was this.
Well, that was actually Dustin's girlfriend at the time.
Wait. Which one?
Mr. Suki's Day Off.
Day Off. Okay.
The heist film.
Thrown into a cage. Yes, in the trunk.
Yes.
I laughed so hard when I saw that film that I was like, it was so funny. Anyway,
That's what got us blacklisted in
No,
Madison.
there's no anyway. We like tangents. Okay, we keep it raw here, real.
well, so I was telling him when I met him, he's like, yeah, I was in the 48 and I was watching your film. I'm like, I remember that one. And so from that point on, Will and I kind of developed a relationship. Then Dusty came in, and
I think I was living in Will's closet at the time. So
Yep. I think you were. And then from that point on, you guys kind of got involved in the show.
Yeah. So describe the premise of the reality show again.
Well, then after JB left, then I kind of got left holding the bag, and I had a lot of people just kind of like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Boy.
So I had to create this show premise with all by myself, by the way, with no money, by the way, and so basically the premise of the show was I had a bunch of actors trying out, and what I was trying to do was create a situation where an actor, a writer, and a director were teamed up, and they had to make an independent film with no money. So that was the premise of the whole casting call. And so Dusty and Will were on a team together. And
Duster. I don't like Dusty. Sorry.
Duster.
It's okay. Thanks.
Duster.
Willer, please.
I actually hate Dusty.
Dusty, Willard.
No,
Duster.
Willer.
I did say I was
Like
Anton.
Duster,
I said
only
Anton,
Willer.
Susie, or Wendell, and you keep calling me Dusty.
Okay,
I don't get it.
Anton.
That's better.
Anton Lee.
Okay.
Continue.
Snarky there.
Snarky.
Yeah, so we were the filmmaker component.
So
of
you were the
that
filmmaker
trio.
component of one of the 7 teams for casting call.
and Strut Casting Call. We also made one for that Strut show as well.
Yeah. So I always appreciated that you guys were there for me. I mean,
Of course.
maybe I've never said that to you, and I.
Well,
saying
we have
now.
it now being recorded.
It's on-
so
it's on record.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I didn't push record.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, I do. And you know what? Sometimes I don't always say that, and I do always try to tell my friends that I appreciate when you do
We
stuff.
appreciate you just as much.
Thank you.
Which is why we did the Windy City shoot with you too.
Oh, that's right.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
That went places.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Did it?
I don't know.
Straight to YouTube?
Well, for those unfamiliar, there's a 48-hour film project in which people draw genres from a hat, make a movie in 48 hours. They have to write, shoot, and edit it. And we had such a blast doing this year from year. And Greg, you've never been on our 48-hour team, but you found this thing called the Windy City Shootout, which was a 72-hour
That
film.
was 3-day, right?
Yeah, it was in the same vein as 48 hours, but it was 72 hours. And you asked us, hey, do you have this weekend free? And we're like, yeah. And so that's when we decided to make that movie for that.
Yeah.
The Clockmaker.
The Clockmaker.
Clockmaker, I think, yeah. I would,
Yeah,
love to, I would love to hear some blips from that.
Well, I still have some clocks if you guys need any.
Oh, my God.
You didn't even take the clocks off the wall.
No, I got them off the wall. They're all in my garage still.
What was your favorite moment about that shoot in particular?
I don't know.
Right, the writing process was pretty... Because it was 72 hours, right? We had an extra day.
Yeah.
That we just...
That was actually the worst part of it is that is what screwed us. We figured we have so much extra time.
Right.
We have a whole extra 24 hours, and we just dicked around.
We did dick around. And
You told some great stories that night, and they actually freaked me out. Cause,
what did I tell you?
The Ouija board.
Django, yeah. Django Ouija board.
Hear that
same
Ouija
thing.
board
I got so
story.
many stories. I have a plethora of stories.
Multitude?
Multitude.
I want
Myriad?
to give me one right now, just organic.
You want what, a scary story or what?
It could be sexual and scary.
Well, I got a scary one. I'll tell you that was I probably told you guys this one that night with the Ouija board.
Yeah.
Yeah, and be politically correct for all the young listeners out there. Okay.
We went. So at the time, my buddy Bill was into the Satanic Bible.
Oh gosh,
So we're doing the Ouija board.
I need a new vice. Maybe I should pick one of those up.
We went to a cemetery that in our hometown there was a cemetery from the 1700s. So we went to this cemetery and we put the Satanic Bible, and then we put the Ouija board on top of it, and we're doing it, and it was a perfectly calm night, perfectly calm, not a lick of wind anywhere. All of a sudden we start doing the Ouija board on top of the Satanic Bible, and out of nowhere, this gust of, it's like a hurricane wind came out, blew the Ouija board away, blew the Bible away. It's like blowing us out of the way. We're like, oh my God. And we're running, and it's just like all hell breaking loose, you know? It was very scary.
I've actually told myself I would never use a Ouija board, and then a couple months ago, I found one in a really random divey bar, and I actually played it with a stranger. Nothing happened, but I think I'm going to regret that. I have become more handsome since I did that, though. But
They're scary.
yeah, because like the feel of it is so weird, and the box was like from the 1800s.
Yeah, I'm not.
And I think there's like a little magnet on the bottom because it was like moving without anybody touching. I don't know if it was the floor or what, but
Skeptics will say that it's a bunch of malarkey, but I'm telling you,
the actual moving compass thing is kind of intricate if you look at the bottom, though. So
yeah. Well, I won't do them again.
batteries are still included in the box.
You guys were more scared of the ghost stories that I was telling, like the guy with the top hat. Remember, I was telling you about the top hat guy, the Abe Lincoln guy.
Vaguely.
Yeah, I kind of do.
He followed my wife. My wife went to school in Madison, and there was a ghost that follows her from place to place.
Right,
And
following.
yeah, and it's a guy in a suit with a top hat.
It follows.
And he's in every single house that she's ever lived in from when she went to Madison. And
You should
he was there.
we should get in touch with him. You could have him on the podcast. You could,
We haven't seen him in our new house.
you've seen him.
I have seen him because I was telling you that night. I was telling you I was doing the laundry one day, and I thought I saw him walk by, and then I was all by myself and I was sleeping, and I woke up and his face was right into my face when I woke up. And it scared the crap out of me.
And then you just went back to bed.
Yeah, I went back to sleep.
The few hairs on my kneecaps are standing up right now. This is,
So
I feel like we need some music.
this was the movie we ended up coming up with.
This is our first time doing
here,
this.
let me just
by the
see
way,
it.
audience.
Yeah, let me see
we
here.
really have no idea what we're doing.
What are you doing in here?
Why are you in all these pictures? Where's Archie?
Weston. I am Archie.
That would make you 110 years old.
111, actually.
That young boy you heard was Will. He was channeling his inner adolescent soul.
Prepubescent, going through puberty with that voice.
111,
Yeah.
actually.
There's a great line at
Once
the
you're
end.
110, like you're splitting hairs. 111, actually.
What is so? It's the Clockmaker. If anybody wants to watch it on, is it on YouTube? I don't think
Somewhere. It's on YouTube.
But don't watch that. Just watch the bloopers. You'll laugh.
Well, I know the bloopers are online.
Bloopers are good.
Yeah.
But explain your character, Greg. Do you remember your character?
I don't really remember much about it other than he was old.
So there is a line that we often quote. Actually, it makes us think of you often. When you say "No, Wes, no,"
Yeah.
I think
Do you want
you
me to
can
play
pull it up here. After you listen to it, we want you to try to recreate that moment.
Radiation?
Well, yeah, what's the big deal?
You can't do that. Radiation affects the dark energy.
What?
The theory is that radiation causes it to be unstable. Time might not stand still for you anymore.
So what's gonna happen to me?
I don't know. Hopefully nothing.
I can't breathe.
Wes, calm down. You're overthinking it.
Oh, I don't feel good. God.
Wes? Wes!
Archie, what's happening?
Oh, God, no. No! Please, no!
I
Literally,
remember
a
trying
tear
to
is
cry.
coming down my.
I
side.
remember trying to cry and
You're
I
supposed
just
to hear that
couldn't.
piano
Okay,
interlude coming in.
we want you to recreate that moment. I want to make a lightning sound, and we want you to say "No, Wes, no."
God,
Okay?
Wes, no!
No.
No,
No,
like
that's-
in the movie.
Oh, no, Wes. No.
Wes,
Don't do
no,
it.
no, Wes.
No, don't do it. Don't
There's
do
no
it.
emotion.
So
Greg, come on.
we had our doubts as you like becoming like the main role, being the lead actor, and then when we saw you pull that moment off, we're just like, yeah, Greg can act. He is
The
a
man
grade
can
A
act.
actor.
I know you could act from the Waldo days, though.
Like if you do a reel ever, just put that scene, nothing else.
Here's the thing about acting for it I have found, and this is just me, I have found that I feel that I can deliver a line pretty well. What the problem with me is I'm ugly and fat, so nobody really wants to see me on screen. So unless it's a role that
Greg, you're
requires
You're giving.
No, it's the truth.
You have a fine
Do you
looking
know-
face.
No,
Yeah,
let me
your
tell
You
you.
got a hard body. Come on.
Your face is great.
It's.
Seriously.
I'm telling you, when we did, Jared and I did
Bowflex body.
When Jared and I did a 48-hour film, and it was me as the starring role, and we got judge feedback, and basically, in essence, they said the main character was unbelievable. And that was because it was me as the main character, and the girlfriend was this young, pretty girl. And it was, do
Wait,
you remember
this is
that?
the one where you, she
No,
was,
nowhere to be found.
You kept Jared in the basement?
Yeah. And
Why was Jared in the basement? Is this like an innuendo or?
well, probably what we should have done.
You were
what would
nervous.
have made it? No, what would have made that character more believable is my character should have been a guy who was in love with that girl. She shouldn't have been my ex-girlfriend. I should have just been in love with her and like infatuated with her. That would have been more believable.
What if you guys just like went out on a few dates?
No, because I'm old and I keep see
What if
in
that's
my
our
heart.
thing?
In
Dude,
my
you gotta
heart,
be method these days. Come
in
on.
my heart,
Just look at
I'm
Adam Sandler
25. So when I see a 25-year-old girl, I'm thinking, hey, her and I would be fine in a movie as boyfriend and girlfriend.
How do you know they're
But
25?
the reality is, I'm 45 or older. And
Wow, we need that laugh for a soundbite.
so when people see a 45-year-old and a 25, it's not, I mean, yes, it happens, but it's not really believable.
Tom Cruise, come on.
Right.
Come on.
But Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise. Greg Kuper is
You're Coop,
an
man.
oaf, you know? It's
You're
both
Coop
true.
Dog.
Coop dog.
Coop dog.
I was
Doggy
expecting to wear that beret and flashy blazer, but
No.
I guess we got the Windy City shoot outfit,
Yes.
basically.
There we go.
But Greg, you're handsome. Just
So speaking of that Windy City shootout, that ended up being a scam.
Yeah.
It was a $100 entry fee that you paid.
how much money of your grandma's did you use for that for the entry fee?
My entire inheritance.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Now I can't go buy
$18.
tacos. I was really hungry too.
So what drives you to create?
Wow, that was
We're getting deep
that
right
was
now.
a very
We're jumping
weird
right in.
tangent.
Go right into that, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've covered that. Okay, here's what you've done before.
You mentioned earlier with the show, you're like, I made the show without any money or really any. You did it all yourself. Like,
Yeah.
how do you,
Help.
as far as the local film scene in Madison goes, can you just touch upon that? Is there anything there?
In the Madison market, somehow I think a lot of people think that just because you make an independent film, somehow you're going to make it to Hollywood, and that's just not realistic, you know. I mean, really, maybe 20 years ago when it was expensive, because not a lot of people were able to do it. Maybe that was a pathway, but now, I mean, we just I entered a film into Sundance. There were 30,000 films entered into Sundance. What chance?
I think you hit the nail on the kneecap when you said the average person can go out and make a film. And we're painfully average people, and we've made some pretty good films. Like you said, it's all about finding content. And, you know, the end goal, I don't think it's Hollywood these days, you know, given the current climate. Hashtag Kaiser Sose. But, I mean, yeah, just look at us. We have, like, a no crew when we do this stuff. I mean, just listen to our podcast. We're kind of just improvising right now. Just going with the flow. Tweaking things as we go.
Yeah.
My name isn't Joe, but I got flow.
Happy ho do.
But, yeah,
Ding the mic stand again.
Nice Melons Films. Check them out.
Well, and I guess what I'm saying too is that when you have that ability to make it, that means that more people are making it. And so now, like I said, Sundance and all these other film festivals, which used to be a way for guys like us to make a presence known, we're not having a presence known anymore because we're not even being looked at. The only people who are getting into Sundance or any kind of film festival of any real noteworthiness is films that are being produced by Seth Rogen, which is technically an independent film. But in my opinion, I don't consider a Seth Rogen film just because he didn't do it through a studio. I don't consider that an independent film. He's not an independent film.
In the classic sense of the independent film, in the classic sense of the word, no.
I think, in fact, I look down on the Hollywood elites like Seth Rogen and all these other guys who make quote-unquote independent films. I look down on them because they're taking away opportunities from people like us. Guys like us who are making mumblecore, I think, are the true independent filmmakers because we are doing it with nothing. We're still making it with amateur
You said
actors.
mumblecore. Can you define that for the viewers?
So a mumblecore is amateur actors, skeleton crews, cheap equipment, you know, and you really no money budget. So for us, like we just did a feature film for $2,000.
Yeah, I want to name drop that right now.
Sure, Indie Guys. That was our film. And so Indie Guys, $2,000. We had 72 actors in Indie Guys. 72. What?
I was one of them.
And yes, Will
And
was.
I wasn't in the trailer
Actually,
credits.
I was in some.
You
what
were
was
in
it?
some, you were in some scenes.
Theater
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
I just rewatched the trailer, and at the end, you know, that little info screen with everybody on it. There's no Will Loper.
Oh wow, this is awkward. And we have it.
What an ass.
We have it being played right now. Do you guys want to like hug it out or do something?
I think it's Jared's fault.
It's Jared.
He edits
Yeah.
the trailers.
Jeez.
Jared handles all that
I'm gonna have to have a talk with him.
and punch him in the head. But yeah,
him in the
mumblecores to
kneecap.
me, and this to me, that's what a true independent film is, and that's what we do. You,
Well,
me,
we're meloncore.
Meloncore.
Yeah.
But do you agree with me? I mean, that is
No,
I
absolutely.
don't. I mean, if you self-finance the whole thing, that's independent in my film, right?
Right.
You're not getting any backing, so I can't really hate. I don't know what Seth Rogen thing you're talking about, like at all.
I'm just using. I'm not saying Seth Rogen per se. I'm saying like he's the kind of guy who goes and just like goes. He's the type of person who would go and make an independent film, and then say, "Oh, I made an independent film." There's a lot of Hollywood actors who do that, who will go and make an independent film and put it into Sundance. And is it really an independent film when you're really somebody who's such a well-known actor? And I said Seth Rogen. It's just because he's the only actor I really know.
Well, and
But-
I think to a degree, yes, because if it tanks, that's their money.
There's no return on investment in an independent film.
Why we never invest anything other than elderly women into our films?
elderly women and small children who never sign release forms. And
We're grown men using banana peels. That's basically as far as our props go,
or use the same actors until they get sick of us and leave us.
which happens a lot, actually.
Yeah, we're waiting for the current crop to drop out.
Yeah, when
Who's your current crop of actors right now?
you,
No,
me,
no. I think it's Dale, right?
Dale, Kevin Croak,
Kevin, and what's his name?
he's out in California now.
Oh, he is.
Cody Labor, yeah.
Oh,
Ryan
When
Gosling?
did he go out there?
Gosling's been out there for a while.
Autumn, October maybe.
Oh,
November.
oh, I hope he does good.
Well, judging by his snaps, it seems like things are going very well for him.
Mm-hmm.
I guess pays well to have a handsome face.
He is a good-looking dude, man, and that's what I was talking about.
He gave us
Literally,
that sex
all you
appeal in our
need is
films.
to have good facial aesthetics, and if you slightly resemble Ryan Gosling or Jake Gyllenhaal, you're gonna make it.
Yeah.
But, if we kept using him in the way we did, in which we would de-shirt him in every film, he was going to eventually leave. But we were subverting the hot guy, even in our last movie with him, we poked fun at that. It's never like we just use somebody for their, objectify them for the sake of it. We do it to make fun of the fact that movies do
It's
that.
very self-reflexive.
Did he know that you were doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But I mean,
Well, yeah.
from a perspective of an actor where you want variety in roles, he would say like, "Oh, I'm guessing I'm going to be playing the hot guy in this movie again where my existence is to be hot." I will say though, I mean, Little Gary's Mole and the hotel
I don't think he was ever playing the Hawkeye at all, so I don't even know
in
what
Room
he's talking
117
about.
he wasn't.
Little Gary's Mole, he was playing what was like kind of an airhead.
Yes, an
average
airhead.
chum guy. So I mean,
Oh, what a novel idea! A hot guy being stupid.
Yeah, I know, right? But
I don't know what you're talking about.
he does make millions in the end. But Love Life and a Butter Knife and the one we just did, even though they were meta, we still were like,
We were
Here
still
he is,
subverting it because it
taking
was
his shirt
for
off.
Dale too.
Maurice Pulley and Dale Mitchell are very hard actors to work with, even though they're amazing, because they never do the same thing twice in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So if you change they're awesome, both of them. Dale is amazing, Maurice is amazing, but if you change your camera angle, you don't get the same.
yeah.
You don't get the same
Oh,
performance.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay? You'll get a totally different performance from them. Now, the rule is from an acting standpoint, you want to get the exact same performance for continuity. So when I change the camera angle, I want to get the same performance so that we can edit it properly, right? You can't. It's so hard to edit with Dale and Maurice, but you get such freaking gold from these guys. But
Yeah.
I think what it is with Dale is I think it's because he's a stage performer.
Mm-hmm.
So in a stage, it's totally different than film.
Yeah.
Plus, you've done a feature. We haven't. We do short stuff, so the characters aren't really fleshed out. So we kind of just go with it. Whatever they give us, we just use. So I guess we're on opposite ends of the spectrum here as far as...
I've only done one feature. I don't want to sit here and act like I've done all these features because one feature does not make me
No,
different
but I
than
know what
you
you're
guys,
saying.
You know,
Especially with somebody with tons of energy.
and that's the other thing. He is so energetic.
At the end of a 48-hour weekend, we will be exhausted, and Dale will still be bouncing off the walls. But how are you doing this?
Yeah.
But I will say though, his grandiosity or whatever that word is for our movies fits because we have such over-the-top characters.
He fits your guys' films.
Aesthetic.
And seriously, doesn't that even show how important casting is to a film? Because since Dale's come into your films, and I say this again, this is not a rip on anybody for anything, okay?
Rip into us.
No, it's not a rip. It's really not.
Yeah,
but
no, I
your
know.
films are so much better with Dale, and you just said it yourself because your films are so over the top.
Let's unpack
anyway.
this, Gregory. How would you define our aesthetic, our style here?
Your
Okay,
style
for
is-
people
you
listening,
just described it yourself.
I
I'm
can't.
not
I don't
describing
even
it.
know how to describe it because it's different every time. Like, how do you describe nice Melons films? Like,
Well-
what are we in terms of genre?
I think your genre. I mean, it's subjective, right? Everybody's going to look at it differently.
Exactly.
I think comedic is doesn't do you justice. It's comedy, but it doesn't do you justice.
No, I agree. I'm generally curious because when people ask me, "Oh, what are your films about?" I don't even know how to describe it without giving it like.
I just say whatever genre we do, we subvert it and make it comedic.
Well, because you're
Yeah,
okay.
but there's more.
It's
layers than
your guys' style is weird, okay, but it's not bad weird. It's weird that it's so. You just said it yourself. It's over the
Niche.
top. It's over the top. It's crazy. It's crazy weird.
Hyper reality.
And when you got Kevin Croak doing your little monologue thing, and when you got people with peanut butter on their knees and stuff like that, that's
Chest,
weird
actually.
stuff.
Xiphoid
That's
process.
weird, but it's funny, right? And so now you just said it. So then when Dale comes in, and Dale has that energy, that over the top energy that you never had. Now Tim Town was a good actor, right? But he didn't have that over the top energy.
Yeah.
So now you bring in Dale with that over the top energy, and it's perfect. It's a perfect marriage for you guys.
I think we're just really good at bringing out the inner awkward in people, and
Who
they
is?
don't even us.
Oh,
Like what you said with Tim Town, he's like this straight edge, awesome caliber actor, and then he comes into one of our movies, and he's saying, "Eat it, eat it,
Drink it.
drink it." Sorry, drink it. Well, there was another one where he said, "Eat it."
Well, I was just watching the One-Eyed Nun earlier where he's just describing a cup and how much he wants to thrust his tongue inside the cup. And
you know what always struck me as the strangest about you, and this might be the only negative I'll say.
Oh
about you.
boy, here it comes. We'll edit this out, but continue.
No, it's the wordiness, but it's funny.
What do you mean?
no, I
Wordiness.
know. Well, no, I mean, I'm saying this last year, I know with the monologue that I give at the end in the mystery movie. The
I would
Noir.
forget my lines if I was acting in one of your films, like if I was like doing one of Dale's.
Oh, our
characters,
actors struggle big time.
I couldn't remember the lines. They're very complicated and very
It's the
long.
big reveal.
It's like I'll bet you each of the dialogues are like 3 inches long on the piece of paper. for
It
each of
usually
these
takes
characters.
half a day to remember one of those lines.
Oh my god!
That's why I always give myself in these past two, the Milwaukee and the Madison ones, I had huge monologues for both of them, and I gave them to myself because I knew if we gave it to an actor, just how we word things and
Yeah, at
the
the
idiosyncratic manner of
At the end of
writing it.
Nightshade Chronicles, when he's delivering that huge monologue, you can tell it's just like, all right, this needs to end.
Didn't help
But it's
that
still
I'm
funny if you're
sweating so
actually
much.
listening to what he's saying. There's a lot there.
Well, it's almost Shakespearean soliloquy.
Yeah, it really is. Yes.
I mean, that's what's funny about. That's what I said. It's funny, but I would personally struggle with it.
oh yeah,
You
no.
know?
And I don't think there are people in the middle. There's just people who love it, respond well to it, or people who are just like, I don't get it.
People who don't get it probably wouldn't understand Shakespeare, because that's in essence, like I just said, it's a soliloquy.
Do we just get compared compared to Shakespeare.
And that's why my nickname in college was Billy Shakespeare.
Mine was just "Hey you" or "Move."
Oh man,
Painfully average over here. Painfully average.
no, you're not average.
Slightly above average.
Slightly above.
Should we take a break for our sponsors?
I thought we
We'll
were
be
paying
right
for
back.
this.
Hey, Billy!
Yeah,
You look parched!
I am, but I'm trying to watch my weight, so I'm not drinking any water.
Why don't you try some diet water? Half the calories is regular water with half the flavor, twice the cost!
Yummy!
Diet water!
But yeah, anyway, we're back in my grandma's basement with Coop Dog. He's
Yep.
still here. And I don't even know what to call you. Will with one L or
Will with one eye.
Will with one I with the silent Q. Anyway, Greg, any future projects for you? Where does the future lie for you in general? I mean,
Oh, with filmmaking?
yeah. And just in general with life. You said you got your master's.
Yeah.
In,
As far as filmmaking goes, I think like I would probably get involved in some like script writing competitions, or I might do like the 48 again, something like that. I don't foresee ever doing another feature length film or anything like that, unless somebody, if there was somebody who somehow I got some money, somebody said, "Hey, this is a great idea for a feature. Let's here's money," and it was a budgeted project, a real Hollywood project. Then I would do it, but the chances of that happening are probably zero. So I'll probably never do another feature film. And any short films that I do are probably going to be for like a 48-hour film project. I like those because it's only a weekend and then you're done. And but the most likely is me going to be doing some kind of script writing competition or something like that.
what about male modeling?
I believe it or not, I actually do some of that sometimes, weirdly. And
You don't get tickled on cam, do you?
yeah, with feathers.
Are your kneecaps exposed?
No, I don't do any male modeling.
Oh.
Oh,
I was kidding.
Oh.
taking you at your
we're bad at
word
picking up
because
on
I
hints.
trust you.
No. What would I model?
Your left femur.
Jeez, I'm
Well,
following
anyway,
around.
I mean, my grandma wants us to wrap up. I got to update her Tinder profile.
No.
Well, hey, what about you guys? What do you guys? You asked me. What's up with you?
Probably gonna
Well,
open up,
exactly. We've got a script here that we're kind of workshopping.
Yeah,
Because
as you were talking, we weren't listening. We were just typing this up and writing
literally
a script.
even writing a
Yeah,
script. We've just been so inspired.
yeah.
This is like a project that we were kind of thinking about working on, but we just want to hear it out loud, and that will kind of help us workshop it.
Yeah, it's actually a feature-length film, 200 pages that we're going to go through right
Yeah.
now.
200 pages.
So I have your parts all highlighted here. So
Okay.
you're going to read the highlighted parts when it comes to you, okay? And we
All right.
really need you to commit to this. It's a Western, okay? So we really need you to give that Western feel. Now, don't read this. Hold on. Just don't read
chill.
too far
Jeez,
ahead.
Gregory. Come on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready?
This is my first time looking at it, so not really, but sure.
All right.
Oh, so I'm Gail.
You're Gail. Yeah.
Don't
You're,
read it. Put that down. All right.
everything that's highlighted pink. There is another character that you're also playing, so be ready for that.
Oh, okay.
But don't read it.
Don't even look at it, okay?
right, all right.
Don't even look at it.
I'm not looking.
By the way, do you like my mustache?
Yes.
Do you really?
Like a 70s porn star.
Okay. Interior saloon, day. A jangly tune plays on an old dusty piano. Several cowpokes sit around playing cards, eating beans and drinking Diet Vanilla Cherry Dr. Thunder. Their faces are leathery and scarred, looking much like a jumbo bag of beef jerky from Costco. Suddenly, the doors to the saloon swing open. In walks a half-naked, busty streetwalker with unshaven kneecaps by the name of Gail Roast Beef McQueef. She gives a snarl.
All right, boys.
Hold on. You did not give a snarl, Gail.
Oh. All right, boys. Who's ready for a 3-penny roast beef special?
Can you do one more snarl?
All right, boys. Who's been there ready for a 3-penny roast beef special?
Can you do more like a female? Like
That
higher,
wasn't a female?
like higher pitched.
Like you in middle school, but doing a female.
Now let's start with Dustin. You say she gives a snarl.
She gives a snarl.
All right, boys. We're ready for who's ready for a 3-penny
Okay,
roast
you
beef?
can look at the script now, okay?
Yes.
Read the words, Greg.
This is actually less female than before. You're going deeper.
And that wasn't a snarl. That was like a backwards kitty meow.
I was like, I thought you were choking on something. I should run over there. No, just try to. How falsetto can you go?
You can
All right, boys.
How's that?
belt it too.
All right, boys.
Okay.
How's that? Better?
All right. Start from she gives a snarl.
Put your finger in your belly button when you talk. It'll add volume.
Okay. She gives a snarl.
That's me.
Oh.
She gives a snarl.
All right, boys. Who's ready for a 3-penny roast beef special?
Aren't you gonna read?
Yes. Wait. Wait.
This would happen once.
Wait. Just wait. The barkeep, a well-groomed man, the age of 15, addresses Gail. Hey, I told you to get, you ham beast. We don't want none of your leaky mouth shenanigans. You're ruining a good jamboree.
But I thought you boys might want a good time.
We're happy as a herd of hogs rolling around in peach pies. We don't need you in here mucking it up.
Well, the real reason I'm here is I was hoping to learn to become a gunslinger.
Gunslinging? Get a snoot full of this, boys. Gail wants to learn to shoot. All the cowpokes laugh wildly.
I can do it. Give me 6-shooter, I'll show you.
Wait, hold on. I think we get enough good cowpokes laughing. Dustin, you got to join in with the laughing.
I was. He didn't do anything.
You got to be.
It was just one person.
I gotta be a cowpoke.
Yeah,
too?
laughing.
do that
Okay,
again.
okay.
All right.
All right. Start with your gunslinging line.
Gunslinging? Get a snoot full of this, boys. Gail wants to learn to shoot.
Give me a 6-shooter and I'll show you.
Shut your wob and gob and get out yonder before Sheriff Jackjaw comes and sees you with your udders swinging like 2 water mattresses filled up only halfway.
There ain't no way Sheriff Jackdaw would show walk in this place.
Sheriff Jackjaw walks into the place. He's a tall, heroic man who's clearly seen his share of extracurricular activities.
Howdy.
Howdy, Sheriff Jackjaw. How was your day of catching bandits?
I only killed one steer that looked at me funny. Golly, I need a drink, barkeep, and a nice can of beans on the rocks.
Want a little hot sauce to go with that drink? A little picante, if you know what I'm saying.
Horse feathers! What's roast beef McQueef doing in here?
I told her to get, but she wouldn't listen.
Well, Gail, you best get, 'cause Wild Billy the Adolescent is coming. He's the most notorious outlaw on the northern southeast peninsula. I once saw him wrangle a bison with just an iPhone charging cord. Another time he shot 18,000 men with only one bullet. I can feel it in my bones. There's gonna be a shootout. I don't need any innocent bystanders getting in the way.
An 80-year-old man with a limp in each leg comes running into the saloon. His name is Limpy.
What is it, Limpy?
Gee dango, Sheriff. I just spotted Billy the Adolescent walking into the town.
Can anyone back up your story, Limpy?
A 90-year-old man with 2 lazy eyes comes running in. His name is Limpy Jr.
Concern it, Sheriff, that you saw Billy the Adolescent polishing his guns with high-quality hog fat.
Oh, you are all too worried. There's no way Billy the Adolescent will walk in this place.
We gotta do that again. You sounded very like you were reading it for the first time.
Oh, because I am.
It's no excuse.
Oh, you are all too worried. There is no way Billy the adolescent will walk in this place.
Can you do it like more like you're making fun of us?
Oh, you are all too worried. There's no way Billy will the excellent walk there.
That was good.
Sorry,
Let me do it again.
Listening.
Oh, you're all too worried. There's no way Billy will walk into this place.
Okay, read it as it's written. Billy the adolescent.
Billy the adolescent.
Oh, you're all too worried. There's no way Billy the adolescent will walk into this place.
Billy the adolescent walks into the place. Gail screams.
Yip, yip, yip.
Oh, come on, Gregory.
That's your definition of a scream?
Yip, yip, yip.
Okay, I guess we should write in fear.
Yip, yip, yip.
You guys are tough directors, man.
Gail
You know, Dale would be able to pull this off.
Even A&W would pull this off without a script. Gail grabs for the sheriff's holster.
The hell you doing, you mouse-looking glub? That ain't my holster, that's my kneecap.
I knew it felt too hard.
Billy the adolescent whips out 3 of his own guns.
What smells like roast beef in here? I never did like the smell of roast beef in a dirty saloon.
Gale, get down, he's talking about you!
Gail screams again.
Ah! Someone give me a gun!
Sheriff Jackjaw tosses Gail a banana. He whips out his guns. The barkeep grabs his rifle. The cowpokes all take out their own pea shooters. An epic gunfight occurs.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Ah! I did it! I really did it!
You're jumping ahead.
Oh,
Everybody
Something vibrating.
my phone.
Oh my god. I think we have to start from the top.
It's probably A&W.
We're good.
Everybody lies on the ground, slowly dying. Everybody lies on the ground, slowly dying. Everybody lies on the ground, slowly dying. Gail looks at the banana in her hand and says her dying words.
I did it. I really did it.
The end.
All right. So what did you think of that, Greg? Can we pull off a Western?
It's wonderful.
That doesn't sound truthful at all. So we end the podcast like we do every time with asking you, Greg, what's the meaning of life?
Just give us a quick answer.
8 words or less.
Bullet
words or
points.
less.
Bullet points.
Bullet points.
14 syllables or
Yeah.
more.
Touch upon your entire timeline of life too.
Live long and prosper.
No, we've heard that before, but like from your own perspective and experiences.
I don't have anything.
Life in its essence is
Aspire.
okay, aspire. Good.
Is desire the root cause of all suffering?
Desire, aspire.
Do you have anything to plug?
No.
Not
You
that
don't want
toaster.
to point people to your YouTube channel?
No.
All right.
What about Jared's YouTube channel?
Oh, actually, Jared's got some good stuff he's doing right now.
So you plugged somebody else's work on here. That's good.
Do you want to plug our work?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't
Give us
know
your
what
best sell.
Your best sell?
Like
Of
Wolf
our
of Wall
work.
Street.
Nice Smelling Films. Do it. Nice Smelling
Little
Films.
less energy, Greg.
Nice Smelling Films. Yay.
Nice melons, because there's 2 of us. 2 melons.
I'm the right melon.
Oh.
The
People
Nice
don't know in the
melons.
beginning they're squeezing our faces.
yeah, I'm the expired one.
Nice Melons. It's a juicy combination.
Thank you.
You guys are good stuff, man. I've always enjoyed your films. And
At the very least, we hope to make something that people have never seen before. And hopefully this podcast was something you've never listened to before in your life.
Greg, pass now.
All right.
Signing off.
Yep.
Wrap it
This
up.
is
This is
Billy Lump.
burning up faster than that plate and Final Destination.
And this is Real Talk.
Real Talc
This is Billy Lump.
and Jamboree.
And this is Real Talc.
This is Real Talc. Signing off.